Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm happy you're here today. My name is Jen if you're new, and if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for joining me this week. Today we're going to take things outside. My husband and I have been working on a lot of outdoor projects. We broke up a concrete patio that was previously right next to our home. It was quite an eyesore. And we originally had intended that we wanted to make our downstairs larger and build an extended living room on. As you guys know, I've said in the past, and I've never complained about it because I do love my home, but it is pretty small. We have a 2-story, but the footprint is only 640 square feet. So my downstairs is pretty tight. I absolutely love my home though. So I decided that I really didn't want to open up the space even more and change things. What I really wanted was an outdoor space that I could enjoy and sit outside during the warm weather and enjoy the Florida sunshine. So we decided to change gears a little bit. When we poured the slab, we did pour it with the intention of putting a room on it. So if we ever decide in the future that we want to do that project, the concrete is solid and the footers are poured. But for now, we have a patio to renovate. So join me as I take you through the process. This is multiple weeks. I would say maybe about 8 to 9 weeks of work, and we are so excited for the outcome. I cannot wait to show you how this turns out. Thanks for joining us today, guys. Let's take a look back in time. So day one of this project began with busting up the concrete, and we only took apart the section that was going to have the concrete poured. We thought it might be a good idea to leave the other concrete section intact so that when the giant heavy concrete truck comes, it would not sink into the new sand. And then this area here is drainage that we installed because our backyard does have a slight pitch to it down towards the front, and so we were worried about the fact that we were creating this huge barrier. We didn't want rainwater to be sitting up against the base of the foundation. And so this drain pipe goes underneath the foundation all the way across to the front of the patio and out to an opening where it drains out into the driveway. Next, we had our concrete arrive, and my husband and a few of his friends from work, along with our son, worked on getting this poured and leveled. They did such a great job, and I cannot tell you how grateful I am that the men in my life are not afraid of hard work. They're not afraid to learn how to do new things. This is a massive undertaking, but everybody pulled together and it came out beautifully. So I am just beyond grateful for all of the hands that went into making this part of the project complete. And here you see my husband and my son working together. Something I'm so proud of is that my husband is teaching my son as he grows into a man how to do all sorts of things. My husband is amazing. He can do anything. If he doesn't know how to do it, he will set his mind to learning. And he is just such an inspiration to me. And I'm so grateful that my son is able to learn from him. We're making progress, but it's getting hot now, so I think this will be resumed tomorrow. Guys, this project is taking a long time. This is like day 4 of trying to bust up this concrete. Almost there. I can't wait until this is sod and maybe a couple of little shade gardens. Oh boy, is it a mess right now. Now we have sod being delivered today, so we're kind of playing around with just the configuration of the walkway. I'm not so sure I like this. I think I want to take this down to like a Y-shaped walkway. This feels a little bit too busy, but just to give you an idea of what the final product will look like, we'll have sod and just a concrete walk path or stepping stone path to the patio, to the porch, and then out towards where we park. So it's coming together. It's going to look really nice when it's done, I think. Since I'm waiting for sod to be delivered, I thought I would work on transplanting some of my garden plants to this little shade garden here. They were here originally. We had a garden before we made all these changes, and so I just stuck them in some pots and tried to keep them alive, but now it's time to get them back in the ground. So we've got 2 pentas that we're going to be planting today. They're both shrubs that bloom with white flowers, and they are super easy to take care of in zone 9B. And I know that they do well here because they were here previously. So looking forward to getting these back in the ground. Now they don't look like much currently. They look a little bit haggard, but once I get them in the ground, water them in very well and get some fertilizer on them, I plan to trim them back, and hopefully that will allow them to flush out with new growth and sort of fill in. So digging here wasn't as bad as in my previous gardening video. I do have to be careful because I do have some pipes that come out of the kitchen, and I've got some foundational concrete that I have to work around. So just trying to get the plants dug in here, and hopefully I'll be able to finish this before the sod comes and get all this area cleaned up. So you guys, still no sod. We decided that we were going to press forward and move on to the next big step. So you can see my husband is here just removing the exterior wall because we are taking this window out and we'll be putting in a door. I wanted to opt for a cottage style door, something that's got like a 9-panel window look on the top. And so you can see here we've got the plastic trying to cut down on the dust and debris that's coming inside the house. And once this door has been put in, I cannot tell you how much more practical and comfortable my living space feels. And so here's what it looks like finished. The trim is completely painted, but I have not decided on a door color yet. Our sod still has not arrived. We actually had to call a different place. And now our new delivery is scheduled for Wednesday this week. So I think we settled on a configuration for the stones. And then you guys saw the beginning of me planting up this area here. I was able to get my penta in the ground, but unfortunately I forgot that there is concrete under the ground, like actually foundation under there. So I'm unfortunately not able to put that giant, beautiful purple plant in the ground. I think that's okay though. I kind of like the look of having the pot there. It's just a little bit of contrast with the black. And same thing over here, because of the pipe, I'm not able to really dig because that is where my sink is in the kitchen. And then, you know, I just have this other pot here. So also worked on my window box. I thought it would be fun to do red, white, and blue themed for my window box, being that Memorial Day is close, and also for the 4th of July. So we have white Sumpatians and red Sumpatians. They're not quite filled in yet, but when they fill in, I think they'll be really beautiful. And then these are the blue that will trail down over the sides. And I just think those are such a gorgeous and patriotic looking flower. They almost look like they have a firework or a fire blast sunburst in there. They're so pretty. Once they start to trail down though, I think they really will be beautiful. I kind of do have a red and white theme going on here. It's funny because I really don't like red all that much. And these caladiums, you know, when the weather cools down again. And these caladiums, when the weather cools down again, they'll go away. And so it won't always be red and white. But for the summer, I kind of like this look, red and white with a little pop of purple. I think I can plant in here along the front border. I don't think there's any concrete along here, so I may end up doing a white border here of more of those white Sumpatians that I really like, or I may end up continuing these pentas all the way across in a straight line because I think that would be really pretty when they fill in and they get really big like that one is. Right now everything is just a mess. I gotta get that pot out of there. Can't wait for the sod to come. We're expecting some rain this week also, which is great because we've been in a drought. So I think maybe it's a blessing that the sod didn't come. It might have died. So Wednesday we get our sod, and all week long we are expected to have heavy rain. So cannot wait to show you what this is going to look like. So finally our sod has arrived, and you can see my husband here is just starting to place it, and this is quite a project as well. It's funny how you underestimate how much time everything is going to take. Something like just setting down the sod took us just about the full day. And so now that it's finally done and complete, this whole area is no longer sand. I'm very happy about that. Molly's very happy about that. And it's time to move forward with making this area beautiful. And this is what the front looks like on the front side of the patio here. Molly's enjoying the pathway, but it's so much nicer now that it's just not sand. And you can see that the path takes you from the side patio here out to the drive and also to the front porch. So everything is coming together. We've got a mess to deal with, just, you know, construction mess and planting and things like that I've got to clean up. But it is coming along, and I am so happy to see it finally coming together. So now for the next 30 days, we're gonna have to keep this watered in really well, 2 times a day at least, just to make sure that none of the roots dry out. And after about 30 days, it'll start to take and the roots will grip into the under soil. So just gotta stay on top of that, but it'll be really nice. And then eventually this door won't be here anymore. That'll just be a screen panel. The door's gonna get moved to the other side over there. So that will make more sense too. I know that kind of looks silly the way it is now. Now we have another section we've been working on. So when I say that we are just doing all sorts of outdoor projects, I am not kidding. This is the front of our pool house, and my husband actually turned this into a rec room pool house area. It used to be our garage, and he did all of the siding and all of the work, and now you can see that we are installing a wood ceiling underneath the overhang here on the front porch. And I can't wait for this to be done because I want to stain it and get it looking beautiful and get all of the trim finished and finally have something that is complete that I can look at and enjoy. I'm going to be doing this same type of ceiling inside of our entire screen room. So if you haven't already subscribed, be sure to do that. Hit that notification bell if you want to see how the entire project is going to turn out. I love the look of a wood ceiling on a front porch. It just feels very Florida to me, very sort of warm weather and southern and cheerful. And so I'm excited to get this finished and wrapped up and make it look beautiful. Well guys, that's gonna do it for what we've got so far on the patio renovation. I hope you enjoyed seeing how things come together, and hopefully it gives you a little bit of inspiration to tackle an outdoor project at your home. Leave me a comment below and let me know what you think, and be sure to hit that subscribe and notification bell so that you won't miss any of the upcoming fun that we've got coming your way. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.